Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your Mercury in retrograde message. Mercury in retrograde is the opportune time for us to pause and reflect where we are in life, and then to see what changes we need to make. So when the planet goes direct on August 3rd, we will be more aligned to where we need to be. So keep in mind that it is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, let's begin. Tapping into the Sagittarius collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's begin now with an oracle card here, please, for their message for Mercury in retrograde for the Sagittarius collective. Let's get one more shuffle there for you, my friend. Thank you. And your message, answering the call. The time is now. The bottom of the deck, we have crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. It's time to move on from something, an experience, a pattern, a bad habit, maybe a particular situation, environment, or connection in your life. Take it how it resonates to you. Let's see where we go with this message. This is for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We are clarifying the anchor. Where do you need to pause? The loop. What pattern are you repeating? The insight. What past is resurfacing at this time to get you to look at a wound that possibly still needs healing? The filter. What boundary needs to be created? The pivot. How you can prepare for when Mercury goes direct on August 3rd. And the return. Who or what may return during this time or afterwards. Let's get one more shuffle here for you. Thank you. The anchor is clarified by the Six of Cups. The loop is clarified by the Six of Wands. The insight is clarified by the King of Wands. The filter is clarified by the Devil. The pivot is clarified by the Seven of Wands. And the return is clarified by the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Cups. So again, there's a situation, environment, or connection that's no longer beneficial to you. For others of you, like I said, it could be a pattern, a habit that you've had for a long time. It could also be, with no swords on the table, as a reader, I look at what's here and what's not here. For some of you, it could be the way you talk about a past experience. And if that's your message, then when this is done, you may want to take a look at that Scorpio reading, even if you don't have any Scorpio placements. Let's begin to clarify this. We're using the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are slightly different. It does alter or change the meaning of the cards, and we'll go through them as necessary in your reading today. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We're clarifying the anchor, Six of Cups, the loop, Six of Wands, the insight, King of Wands, the filter, the Devil, the pivot, the Seven of Wands, and the return, the Three of Pentacles. Thank you. Okay. The anchor, Six of Cups, is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. The loop, Six of Wands, clarified by the Nine of Wands. The insight, King of Wands, clarified by the Knight of Swords. The filter, the Devil, is clarified by the Devil. Well, that's going to be an interesting message. The pivot, Seven of Wands, is clarified by the Knight of Wands. And the return is the Three of Pentacles, clarified by the Seven of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands. Okay, please don't be offended by these messages. These messages are intended to help us heal and grow and expand and move on. So again, Mercury is the time where we need to review a particular situation, environment, or connection that we constantly stay looped to, hooked to. Your anchor here is the Six of Cups to the Wheel of Fortune. Obviously, we're going to clarify this. But this is every time I have a chance to move on or move forward from this situation, environment, or connection, or a habit or a pattern, I decide to stay in it. I am anchored to this Six of Cups. The loop here is this time it'll be different. This time, Six of Wands to the Nine of Wands, I will have victory. This time I won't be so wounded. This time I've learned from the past, so I can do it again because I'm smarter. Or the person has changed. The insight, King of Wands to the Knight of Swords. There's something here that is occurring between you and another person. It is this person, okay, or situation, environment, It appears there to be some kind of action that they are taking or you're taking that rolls into an argument. The insight here is for you to recognize that when this occurs with this particular person during Mercury retrograde, that you are just simply experiencing the same loop. It's the same story with this person. Nothing is changing here in this job environment, with this friendship, this familial connection, this romantic partner. This could be an ex that maybe you're anchored or tied to or still in communication with. The filter is amazing. The filter is the devil to the devil. Well, this is the devil that we are chained and shackled to. This is a traditional devil from the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. And we are addicted to this pattern. We are stuck in this toxic loop. The devil in the After Tarot deck is being freed from it. So there's something here where you will have the opportunity during Mercury retrograde that even if you enter that loop again, you will have the opportunity to break free from it. The pivot here, Seven of Wands to the Knight of Wands, is putting up a boundary and saying, no, I'm not returning, or I'm not going to keep doing this or engaging in this behavior that isn't serving me any. If you don't do anything about this, if you don't want to acknowledge it, if you want to dismiss this message, when Mercury goes direct on August 3rd and you wake up the morning of August 4th, you will be Three of Pentacles to the Seven of Swords. It's just a matter of time because you're going to still be collaborating or working with this or engaging on this, that you will end up in that same trap, in that same cycle. And at that point in time, Sag, you can't blame this other entity for the betrayal or the deception or the toxicity because you are knowingly and voluntarily engaging in it yet again. Again, with the mindset of this time it'll be different. So let's begin to clarify. Tell me about that Six of Cups. Who or what is the Six of Cups? Again, situation, environment, connection, possibly a pattern here within yourself. Like by pattern, I mean like a habit. Thank you. The Six of Cups is clarified here by the Five of Pentacles, the Magician, the Nine of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. This is a situation, environment, or connection that leaves you either emotionally or financially depleted, and you are anchored to it. Either you see this as a source of stability or income, or this could be someone you're married to, King of Pentacles energy. This could be someone where you feel tied to them, even though they treat you like crap, they emotionally abandon you, they leave you out in the cold, they reject you time and time again, because with that Wheel of Fortune, this is a cycle. But you continue to manifest that this person will be something more or better than what they currently are. And again, this could be the boss, your neighbor, you know, this is someone that you regularly engage with, a friend, a family member, certainly could be a lover. So if we're looking at this in terms of a person, this person does not treat you well, they neglect you, they come and go in and out of your life, and yet you regularly and routinely, and with great persistence, may I add, continue to manifest that they be something else, that they be the Nine of Cups to the King of Pentacles, your ideal romantic partner, your ideal friend, your ideal family member, your ideal boss. If this is an environment, this is a very toxic job environment. But again, it's like, well, time served. I've been here for so long. I'm just going to keep hoping and praying that it ends up being better. That this boss that is such a jerk to me, that I continue to have these moments with, I'm just going to keep hoping and praying that tomorrow I go to work and they are someone different. This individual, or I should say this situation, environment, or connection is not capable of being what you need or want it to be. Otherwise, it would have been what you need or want it to be already. And this could even be a pattern within yourself. And when I say pattern, I mean a habit. This could be like alcoholism or drugs or something else that you continue to engage in that isn't good for you. But this time you're like, it'll be different. This time I'm an alcoholic of 30 years, but this time around I'll only have one drink. I know better than to have two or three. But it's a cycle. And then you have that one drink, you fall off the wagon. And before you know it, you are completely overindulging again. So you are interacting with, engaging with, or possibly overindulging with a situation, environment, connection, or activity that is detrimental to your health or your finances or your emotional well-being. And the feeling here seems to be, this time will be different, or I can manifest this into becoming what I need or want it to be. Tell me about that Wheel of Fortune. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune is clarified by Three of Swords. So whatever this is, it's disappointing, or it breaks your heart. It leaves you feeling emotionally rejected. You heal, you mend in the After Tarot deck, but you go right back to it, and it breaks your heart or disappoints you all over again. that devil, the magician, the Five of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, that Three of Swords, for some of you, this could be a trauma bond. We have the Sun card and the Empress. This is break and repair, Tower. This is break, repair, break, repair, break, repair. There's a trauma bond here for some of you. Or again, just this belief that, you know, this time it'll be different. You know, okay, they hit me last time, but they didn't mean it. This time they won't hit me. Last time I fell off the wagon because I had one too many, but this time I can control it. So you keep reliving that wound because you keep allowing whomever this is to wound you, thinking this time I can turn it into what I need or want it to be. Or I can control it if it's like an addiction. Six of Wands, this is the loop. I can have victory with it. This time will be different. This time I can handle it differently. This time they will show up differently. This time they'll love me. This time they won't step out on me. There's a lot of this times here that I'm feeling. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Six of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Cups. This time it'll be different. This time there's excitement and passion and collaboration and we're moving forward. And oh, what's that? Four of Cups. Again, feeling emotionally rejected, depleted, being iced out, feeling like you made a mistake. And that's the loop. But then in that Nine of Wands, it's like, what say you? Want to do it again? Want to try this again? Clarify that Nine of Wands. Hierophant to the Death card popped out of the deck. Hey, you want to do this again? This work environment, the Hierophant could be work environment, a group that you're a part of, like a community group, political or religious organization. It certainly could be a marriage or someone that you feel you have a soul contract with. I mean, it's possible for a few of you that I'm talking to, you think this is a twin flame and they are not. They're a false flame. But you put up with all of this terrible behavior on their part because you think that they're your spiritual equal or their counterpart, your counterpart. Death card and the King of Wands. That's what ends up happening here. So you choose out of some dedication or loyalty or some belief that we can just rebirth this. You have a choice every single time this experience happens to break away from it, but you choose to revisit it. That Death card is, we're going to rebirth this. We're going to rebirth this commitment or this connection. I'm wounded. You're wounded. I mean, these people are all bloody in this card. Like the elbows are bloody. This one has a bandage on it, but you know, let's do it again. The insight. Something here is occurring during Mercury retrograde that should give you the realization that this is not working out. It's just a repetitive cycle. King of Wands. Clarify the King of Wands. Okay. So you're going to be angry here. King of Wands to the Knight of Swords. I just saw the Queen of Pentacles. We'll see what wants to come out next. So there's anger and aggression. The Knight of Swords in the After Tower deck. This person is slaying someone else here with their sword, with their words. So there's some aggression here. The King of Wands. Clarify this King of Wands, please. It's like this person has not changed. This job hasn't changed. I fell off the wagon again. It could be anger with yourself. One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Wands, clarified by the Ten of Wands. Knight of Swords shows itself again. And the Ten of Pentacles, bottom of deck, Two of Swords. This is anger coming from you. So something here is transpiring between you and this situation, environment, or connection. Or like I said, if it is a habit and you're falling off the wagon here again because you think you can control it, but you can't. And I'm just saying it's just that the addiction is taking hold here again. And instead of avoiding it or healing it or finding out, going to the root cause about why you have that addiction, it's just like, oh, I don't need to worry about that. Addictions are usually there to mask something. It's like when we're very upset and we overeat or some people overshop, it's soothing. And I know this because my younger brother is an addict. You can't really heal the addiction until you heal the root cause of the addiction. So even if this is something you're over consuming, overbuying, overindulging in, you can try to go to AA, but, you know, or whatever this is for you. But there is something here then about getting to the root cause about why do you default to that? Because maybe this is alcoholism, just an example, and you go through your 12-step process and you end up becoming, you know, I don't want to say cured, healed, okay? But then you end up having an addiction to gambling or to drugs. So all you did was replace one addiction for another because the root cause here hasn't been healed. So take the message how it resonates to you. For some of you, this is something that you're doing. And something is, the loop is occurring, okay, during Mercury retrograde. And this is you being angry at yourself that, oh my God, I did it again. I went into debt again. I revisited that addiction again, something I thought I could control at this time. If that's your story, it's not that you're not capable of controlling it. You have yet to heal it because you have yet to identify where the wound is that keeps bringing you back into that pattern or that habit. And if this is external to you, situation, environment, or connection, you keep giving chance after chance, loop after loop to, it looks like something here is transpiring. And you are quite angry with yourself that you gave this another try or that you didn't look for another job. This is anger here over the Ten of Pentacles, angry over your investment of your money, your time, something like that. Clarify that Knight of Swords. This could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that you're dealing with. It doesn't have to be. But this is anger. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Knight of Swords is clarified by the World card. I can't believe I did it again. I should have learned my lesson last time. The Hanged Man and the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles, which is right there. This situation, environment, or connection is not what I think it is. They keep coming back around and saying things will be better at the workplace this time, or they'll be a better friend or a better family member or a better lover, and they are not. And there's anger or aggression here on your part that you fell for it again, or maybe you had an opportunity to get like another job, but you ended up staying here because things seemed okay. And you were like, well, I might as well stay. It looks like there are improvements. And then, a month or 3 months goes by, and now during Mercury retrograde, you're like, son of a... And there's anger there, right? Because if that's your story, it's like, well, I just gave up the opportunity to have another job. And I stayed here thinking it would be different. They promised me this time it would. And here I am in the exact same loop, exact same situation. Same thing if this is with anyone else, friend, family member, lover, same thing. This is anger over, I've been here before with that World card. I've revisited this. I should know better. So the incident here that occurs, again, whether this is internal to you or external with another, it's supposed to get you to pause and reflect in that hangman energy. The Knight of Cups in the After Tower deck, this person is drinking from the Ace of Cups. There's something here of, this is not nourishing to me. This is not beneficial to me. And I don't have to repeat another cycle with whomever or whatever this is, or engage in this behavior again, thinking this time it'll be different. There is no different here. And again, if this is something internal to you, this is saying, I'm going to have to get to the root cause. I'm going to have to love myself enough to go within and maybe speak to a counselor or a therapist and figure out why I continue to engage in this behavior or replace this behavior for another behavior. The Devil. Clarify the Devil. The filter here is to see this for what it is. It's a toxic pattern with you, within you, or a toxic situation, environment, or connection, and you need to unhook and detach from it. Nothing is going to change here. And by continuing to engage in it, you are continuing the loop. And at this point, you are deceiving yourself into thinking that this time it'll be different. And then this time. And like, how many and this times do we need? I love you, Sag. You're my North Node. And do I think this is for every Sagittarius walking the planet? No, this seems to be a very specific message. So if it's not yours, don't be offended. If you've moved on from this already, maybe drop some words of encouragement in the comment section, because there's clearly a group of you that have not yet recognized this or keep going back to this. And if this is like a romantic partner, this person is a knight, and you're showing up here in Empress energy, whether you're masculine or feminine. You might be returning to someone hoping they're a king, hoping they're an emperor, hoping, this false belief that they're like a twin flame or something like that, and they're not. They're a toxic karmic connection that was meant to cause you to learn something. There's some type of lesson here with this person, and you keep returning to them, or possibly returning to people just like them. But the loop is continuing here, and something is will be transpiring during Mercury retrograde to make you realize, I really can't keep doing this with this person or situation or environment. Tell me about the Devil. This will be so glaringly obvious to you. You could be blind, not trying to make a joke of it, but like, you could be blind, you're still going to see this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Devil is clarified by the Tower. It will be so glaringly blind, you will not be able to distract yourself from this. This is like, it's just an example I'm being given, okay? So don't accuse your partner of this if it's not true. This is like being a Sagittarius and your partner stepped out of the relationship, okay? And they had an affair. And you took them back, and you suspect that they're doing it again, but you're not sure. You ask them, but they gaslight you. They're very good with their words, okay? and you continue to believe them, and you continue to return out of obligation to the marriage, the Hierophant. It's only an example. And you catch them again, maybe texting or on the phone, and they tell you it's nothing. Or you hear about them being with the ex-mister, the ex-mistress. And you're like, nope, it can't be that. That's my spouse. I'm going to stay in this. This is, till death do us part. And you continue to say, this will be so glaringly obvious. This is like you then walking in the house after grocery shopping and you find them in your bed with this other person. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to give you the visual of this will be so obvious to you that you need to move on from this person. They won't be able to explain their way out of it. And there's no way you'll be able to ignore it. Like, once you see this or hear this or feel this, you can't unsee it or unfeel it. The Tower, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. You're going to see this very clearly, that this person wears a false mask. It's possible for some of you, this is third party. Obviously, it'll only take that if it resonates with you. This could be someone here in your energy who tells you that they are clean and sober, and you end up finding some stash that they have of drugs or booze or something like that. Clarify the second devil that's here. This is just so obvious once you see it that you can't ignore it. The person, their mask falls off. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Devil is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Star card. Bottom of the deck, Three of Cups. For some of you, it's third party or it's overindulgence, either on your part or their part. But the Queen of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck is seeing her reflection in the Pentacle. I don't know if you can see that on the camera from here, but she's looking into the Pentacle and seeing her reflection. So there's almost something here about you seeing your worth and value and knowing that being here stuck in this loop, this Six of Cups, you need to detach from it, because we're clarifying the detached devil. So there's something here about seeing your worth and value and moving on from this situation, environment, connection, or like I said, maybe a habit or behavior here that you are doing or engaging in, and truly healing from it. The filter here is to detach, to disconnect, and to leave that Six of Cups, whatever or whomever it is, in the past. Put up some boundaries. Clarify the Seven of Wands. So Mercury goes into retrograde on June 29th. It'll go, I shouldn't say direct. It will be in retrograde from June 29th until July 23rd. We are already in pre-shadow at the time of this reading because we went into pre-shadow on June 12th. We'll then have a post-shadow period from that July 23rd, July 24th until August 3rd. So this is all taking place here within that window. So the pivot here is how to prepare for when it goes direct. When you wake up on August 4th, what are you going to do about this situation, environment, or connection that just repeated itself and has proven itself to you yet again that it is not changing? So how can we prepare now ahead of time for that August 3rd, August 4th date? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Seven of Wands is clarified by the King of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Swords. This is putting up boundaries. Healthy Ace of Cups, healthy boundaries, and verbalizing them. King of Swords, and saying it to this person. I can't see you anymore. I can't hang out with you anymore. This is looking for another job, like another Ace of Cups. This is you. The moment that this occurs for you, this is choosing to pivot and to say, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I'm not giving this another thought. There's also something here about allowing the anger from this to fuel you in another direction. The Nine of Swords is Mars in Gemini. And it's like, now that I see it, and I see it clearly, King of Swords to the Nine of Swords, now I can take action to do something about it. Knight of Wands. Clarify the Knight of Wands. This is definitely pivoting in another direction. Like looking for another job, finding a way to extricate yourself from the marriage, looking for another living environment, telling if this is like a group of friends that keep sucking you back into the addiction or convincing you that you can handle it. This is like cutting these people off. Okay, the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Page of Swords, the Magician, and the King of Pentacles. Look at those same cards came out, because this time I want better for myself. I know my worth and value. I'm not going back to that. And this is verbalizing it. So this would be like telling the friends, I can't hang out with you anymore. Every time I do, I fall off the wagon and I get stuck doing this again. This is you looking for another job and then giving notice at work because you manifested and found a better job or a better boss or a better business partner. This is you knowing your worth and value in this relationship and asking maybe for a divorce with that Hierophant card. But it is moving on from whomever or whatever this is, out of love for self. The return. If you don't do anything, if you decide to stay in it, if you see this for what it is, but decide not to take action on your own behalf or to speak up on your own behalf, you will be repeating a cycle here. 3 of Pentacles to the 7 of Swords. Because this is not going to change, despite your best efforts. This was meant to be a lesson, not in your life for the rest of your life. 3 of Pentacles. Clarify the 3 of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 10 of Cups, the World, and the 5 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Phoenix. If you do this all over again, you're right back to here. It does not last long. There's momentary happiness that I got control of this, or I can handle this, or this is the person I'm meant to be with, or look, I voiced some concern and the job is actually better. The boss is being nicer to me. It's a place of complacency where you feel a little safe for a little period of time. And then World card, again, you get hit with it again. Like it's time to move on. 5 of Wands. There's conflict. There's competition. There are arguments. There's stress, strife, grief. It will happen all over again. I hate to be the one to tell you this, Sag. 7 of Swords is stepping into the trap again. Not learning from the past experience that this person is clearly looking back on. And with that 2 of Swords in the background and this person's holding the 5 of Swords, this person's doing it to themselves at this point. They made a decision to return. Tell me about that 7 of Swords. So again, this is being with a cheater. And like, how many times do they have to cheat on you for you to be like, I need to find someone. Like, I deserve peace. I deserve someone who chooses me. I shouldn't have to keep reminding someone that I'm married to or in a committed partnership with to only choose me. And it's not your responsibility to teach this person how to be a good spouse or a good partner. They should have already been there where you were when you enter this. 7 of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. I just got a whiff of something. What is that? All right, this is so weird. Maybe this message will confirm something for one of you watching. I just smelled like fresh baked strawberry rhubarb. I have not had strawberry rhubarb in years, probably 5 or 6 years. It smelled like strawberry rhubarb pie. What a distinct smell that is for me. Wow, maybe you like it, they like it. Maybe this has something to do with summer. Strawberries here, like in New Jersey, they harvest in June. Maybe this person is a Gemini or a Cancerian. I don't know. There's something here with a tie to strawberry rhubarb for someone watching. 7 of Swords is clarified by the 5 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. Bottom of deck, 10 of Swords. I hate to tell you this, but you're only delaying an ending. You're just continuing a loop here, a loop of heartbreak, a loop of devastation, a loop of material loss, a loop of maybe even getting further and further addicted to something here that's clearly not good for you. Something that wears a mask. In that 3 of Cups and 9 of Cups, it's like, oh, it's only one drink. We're just going out celebrating. It's fun. It's not fun. And this could be like someone who has an addiction will just, again, use alcohol. And I have nothing against alcohol. I just enjoyed a wonderful glass of wine the other night. But again, I understand addiction from my younger brother's experience. This could be like you're just having one drink and next thing you know, you have multiples. And on the way home, maybe you get pulled over. I don't want to say car accident. I don't see that here in the cards. But you get pulled over and you get a ticket and you lose your license for 30 days or 6 months or a year. And boy, what a wake-up call that would be. So there's something here like that. Whatever this is, it wears a false mask or it feels very soothing or comforting in the moment or it knows how to talk to you. The devil to the Knight of Cups could be very tempting. Just one more drink, Sag, one more drink. Oh, it's just a little shopping order on Amazon. Meanwhile, you are in debt up to your eyeballs in credit card debt. Oh, it's my twin flame. They're so sexy. They're so no. Toxic. So I hate to say this to you, but not freeing yourself from it, being tethered, thinking this person is coming back around again, so they must be the one. I mean, that could be the loop too. This makeup, breakup here for some of you. And every time they come back around, you think like, this is it. This is the time, it'll be different this time. And then whatever it is here that they do, they just continue to do it again. So I think you need to see whoever or whatever this is for what it is. It's time to answer the call. The time is now. Walk through a doorway. Okay, there's a new pathway. Cross the bridge. It's time to heal. Wandering path, enjoy the journey. It's time to go on a new journey, Sag. This isn't it. I hate to be the reader to tell you that. Okay, let's get you some oracle cards, kippers, and then we'll see what's at the bottom of the deck there. Let's get 3 oracle cards here, please. Additional messages for Sagittarius for Mercury in retrograde. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Quiet strength. Own your path. Heart's desire. Bottom of deck, potential. Quiet strength. Find power in stillness, waiting for the right moment to act. There's something here that some of you, only take it if it's yours, a lot of people don't know what you deal with this situation, environment, or connection. You endure it, but you have quiet strength. You don't tell a lot of people about it. For others of you, you actually think this is like a redeeming quality of yours, that you are so strong that you continue to put up with whatever crap this person does to you. Own your path. Take responsibility for your journey, making choices that align with your true self and purpose. At some point in time, when we keep engaging in that repetitive cycle, at some point we have to take responsibility for it happening to us over and over again. So again, something here will occur. You get to choose your own path this time. Do you continue the cycle or loop here, or do you move in another direction? Heart's desire. Ignite your inner passion and desires, driving you toward your dreams. Very much Phoenix rising from the ashes here. Whatever this is, it's time to move on and move in another direction, or enter a new chapter of your life. One where you get to rebuild yourself here from whatever this is. This situation is not changing. I also think for some of you, this person has a way with words, or maybe you find them very attractive, or again, this could be like a false twin flame here for you. Potential. Unleash your inner potential and transcend self-limitations. This will give you the opportunity here to plant a new seed in a new direction. Let's get you some Kipper cards. I don't know why, but this just gave me the feeling of like the mushroom cloud, like from an atomic or nuclear bomb. So if this is a person, like they come in hot and they come in heavy, and then it just like it erupts into a mushroom. So it blows up. And I feel like that's the cycle here. And it's a toxic cycle. Same thing if it's an addiction. It's like it feels good in the moment, and then we go overboard. 2 Kipper cards here, please. One for the anchor and one for the loop. Bad health. The anchor is being connected to can't make it up. Situation, environment, connection, or pattern, like a habit, that isn't good for your health. Emotional, spiritual, psychological, sexual, financial. You take that how it resonates to you. The loop, community. I can make it work this time. 3 of Cups. It'll be different. Or I'm ignoring a third party. Or they're my friends. There's the loop here is continuing to come back together to engage in us, or to think that like this time we could work on it and it'll be different or better. The insight and the filter. The insight, the lovers. This is you realizing that you have a choice. You have a choice to continue engaging in this. And if this loop keeps happening, then you're choosing to deceive yourself as much as whatever this is deceiving you as well. The filter, Emperor in the reverse. This is not who you think they are. And it's when this mask falls off, it's seeing this person for what they are. It's also realizing that this is, again, a bad habit within you, that you might need to seek additional therapy or counseling so you can get a better Emperor handle on what this is. And that will only come about, that true healing, by you actually getting to the root, 6 of Cups, of the issue, of why you're engaging in that pattern or in that behavior. The pivot and the return. The pivot, concern. This is giving deep contemplation to moving in another direction and creating plans for that direction. And the return, family room. This is going right back to something that is comfortable. It is comfortable to exist here. This work environment, this is toxic or trauma bonding, or this relationship is so fluctuating that maybe for some of you, it reminds you of your family or your upbringing. And maybe that was a bit dysfunctional for you. And that's why they feel like home. Bottom of the deck, gift, wealthy man, main male. Great fortune is in the reverse. This situation, environment, or connection is not who or what you think they are. I think they portray themselves one way. I don't read body parts. So they're put together, or they look nice, or just because they have a career, you think that they're great, Or this is the boss who's very successful, but they're really a narcissistic, abusive jerk. There's something like that here. It is not great fortune. And I think it's time that you see it. Also, some of you, I really think, are of the belief that this is like your twin flame or something, and I don't believe they are. Great fortune is in the reverse. Change and distant horizons. And behind that, you have oil, toil and labor. I don't know why I just said oil. Maybe you work in the oil industry, or they do. Or you just think it's like, I can just keep putting oil in this, right? It's like the car that keeps breaking down. You're like, well, if I just keep putting oil in it, we can keep it together. Whatever occurs here, you will have the ability here to change your life or distance yourself from this over the next 3 to 6 months. But making that change is yours. And it's going to take some effort, okay, to get over this, to move on from it, to find a healthier work environment. You're going to have to put in some sweat equity into this. It's going to take some work to get to the root cause of why you are addicted to whomever or whatever this is. But it will be worth the effort. The bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Swords, 3 of Cups, and the King of Cups. This is that very short-lived, it feels good in the moment, we're celebrating this reconciliation, and then the King of Cups is dumping out the cup. It's the feeling like I did it again, or I fell for it again, or I dumped out another opportunity, maybe another job, because I stayed at a job because, oh, they took me out to lunch on Friday. That means all the issues here have been healed. The Phoenix, the Queen of Cups, and the High Priestess, and the Moon. This is moving in another direction. Rebuilding yourself, rebuilding your life, and trusting your intuition. You have the most intuitive queen and the most intuitive card in tarot, and the High Priestess, the Moon card. Your intuition has been telling you this for a long time. I just think that you haven't wanted to hear it, but it's been trying to reach you. During this Mercury retrograde, it's time for you to answer the call. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, subscribe, hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that, and don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.